Hello, Lisa Matter here. Welcome to the toddler room where you are loved, you are welcome, you belong, and everything you do is wonderful. Hmm. Imagine if every day when you went to work, that's how you felt. What might you be able to do next? What might you feel brave to try? What might you want to do, even if it was hard? If every time you came to that space, you felt welcomed, loved, included, no matter what you did throughout the day or even before the day. That's what we want our babies to feel when they come to our group care setting. You are welcome. You belong here. You're important. And all of the things you do, they're okay. If you've ever spent time with a group of toddlers, that might not be how it feels all of the time, particularly if there are a lot of them, or if one or a few of them woke up early from nap, or didn't take a nap, or came to school on the wrong side of the bed. One of the things that we can fall back on, both in our planning and in our day-to-day, moment-to-moment interactions with infants and toddlers, is the rule of three for guidance. And this is where we know behavior is between a child and an adult. It's not in the child. They didn't wake up today deciding, today's the day I'm really going to bother people. They're coming in to find out what's happening between you and them, because their behavior is between you and them, not in them yet. And they want to be able to check out, is everything I do here still within our relationship? And the way that we as their adults, caregiving adults in the lives of children everywhere, can set that environment up to both allow the child to be successful and to get that feeling of welcome and love is the rule of three. So for everything in your classroom, in your family childcare home, in your home where you're with your child, homes are a little bit of a special case, but for everything that children can access, there needs to be three acceptable things for them to do with that thing. If you have something special that can really only be looked at, it needs to be in a place where it can't be accessed. If you have something special that can really only be used with adult supervision, then it can really only be used when you only have a 1-to-1 ratio where we can supervise. And maybe we're thinking of green paint. Wonderful, lovely experience. But we also would rather not put it all over ourselves in our clothes on right before pickup time. So the rule of three, everything in my room has to have three uses, is something we can prepare for ahead of time. Every time I consider bringing something into my environment, I think about what are three ways that this could be used. So for example, a soft, squishy ball can be thrown in my classroom. It can be sat upon. It could be put under your shirt. It could be used as as something to feed a baby doll with. A list could go on. And if you've spent any time with toddlers, you can probably imagine many of the things they will do. If you've spent any time with toddlers, you also know you can't possibly imagine all of the things that they will do with something as simple as a ball. Now, the other side of the rule of three is there needs to be three ways for a child to do the thing that they want to do. So there's some things in your care setting that you might not want to be used in the way toddlers can imagine them. For example, love children to be able to build with blocks, and their bodies need to throw as they learn coordination and how to move. And so there have to be three acceptable ways to use blocks. Oh, you can stack these blocks. You can drive these blocks around like cars. You can put these blocks in your purse. You can use them for carrots on your pretend plate. You could cook them in this oven. You can bring them to the sink. They'll survive getting wet. Lots and lots of acceptable things And there are some things that are not acceptable. That's why we have to give those 3 or more options for how to use the block other than throwing it. But the other side is now there needs to be 3 ways that I can throw in my care setting. So when I try to throw a block, my care teacher, my mom, my family friend and neighbor provider should be able to say to me, "Oh, look, I have these softballs you can throw. Let's go outside where we can throw a football together." And let me think of another one off the top of my head. Paper. We could crumble up these papers and throw them. There needs to be 3 ways for a child to meet that need. So, as always, happy to hear how this worked for you. Did you take something away? Do you have another question? Please feel free to let me know in the comments. My kids told me I should do the YouTube thing and point to the comments so you can tell me what I could do for you next time. Thank you for visiting the Toddler Room.